This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
Our guest today, Darrah Brustein. She is co-founder of Equitable Payments. She's a serial entrepreneur, author, business consultant, also the founder of Network Under 40, founder of Finance Whiz Kids. It's a series of children's books that teach the basics of financial literacy. She is a regular contributor to Forbes, Entrepreneur, and her work has been featured in Time Magazine, CNN, and Huffington Post. Darrah, thank you for being our guest today.
Thank you, Derek. It's a pleasure to be here.
I want to talk about building a life of your own design. I had a really wise consultant once who told me, Derek, if you were to buy your business tomorrow, what changes would you make? And I sat down, I wrote 8 pages of changes that I wasn't happy with about my business, and I'm the founder and CEO. Can you imagine that? And I was unhappy. So I started making those changes. Duh, that's so obvious, but I couldn't see it. And so when I talk with entrepreneurs and I hear them unhappy, I say, you built that. You built that company. What don't you like about it? So talk to me. You teach on building a life of your own design. Give us some more of the philosophy and some of the mindset behind that.
Yeah, this is interesting because I, like everything else I've done, I didn't intend to start helping people through creating resources that would allow them to define success for themselves and design their lives more intentionally. But basically what happened was after 10 years of being an entrepreneur, at that point, I'd built what I called 2.5 companies, the credit card processing company, the networking events company, and the book series is the half. That I realized the number one thing people were coming to me asking was, how do you live the life that you do? And what I realized they meant by that was they were watching me travel for pleasure 60% of the time in a loving partnership while we're working wherever in the world we were, that I'm running companies, I'm chasing things that interest me, that I'm in rooms like TED and Davos and the UN, and I'm working with people like Deepak, and these things that just unfolded for me that I wasn't striving for necessarily. And I realized, you know what? A lot of people are unhappy, or they're feeling stuck, or they're feeling afraid, and they want more for their lives and they deserve more, but they don't really know how to get over those hurdles. And I also realized too that it was people at every stage of life, that people started coming to me when they were graduating from college, when they were realizing their first job was kind of, when they were getting married, getting divorced, when they were having their first child, when they were empty nesters, when they were getting retired. Like all these different stages become these cues for people that, hey, I thought this was going to be this pinnacle moment. And I realized that when I chased when to be happy, that actually didn't pan out, and that I didn't feel the fulfillment and the happiness that I thought I would. So I wanted to start pulling together all the resources I had been collecting just simply as a student of it myself over the last decade plus. So I thought, okay, if we can help people stop and look inwards and some outwards, like we talked about with utilizing some of your peers to help you, and really get clear on what you want and what makes you happy, from there is only when you can start mapping it out and saying, this is what I want, this is what that costs, this is how I create a business or a career that finances what that costs, and this is how I grow a community to support me and my goals to help open those doors.
Hey, it's Derek Champagne. If your business right now during this crisis is concerned about your revenue streams, your existing customers, new opportunities, I want to encourage you to go to crisismarketingtoolkit.com.